Hey everybody, Mandus Buckle here alongside special guest Shawn Rhoden. We're at the 2018 Tampa Pro. Day 2 did not disappoint. Let's get right into it. Open bodybuilding. Shawn, what'd you see?
I'm pumped for the Olympia after watching this. And I think it was a great overall lineup, and just bring back memories being here in 2012. But these guys were out here battling for it. I was having a blast in the front row.
It was very interesting because when they first came out, a couple guys were really standing out. A couple didn't look like they were bringing a package we saw on social media. But as they came through the second time, did their individual, a couple guys started to come alive. And in that first call-outs, no stranger, Big Max Charles, Luis Rodriguez, Alexi Rivera, and Sergio Oliva Jr. And that was a four-man battle.
Yes.
How'd you see that playing out there in the beginning?
Till the end, going out in flames. My vote is with Serge. That's my boy to the end. He looks great. He looked phenomenal. I think he looked a lot better than he did in Chicago.
Absolutely.
Alex brought it. To be honest, when he first came out, I didn't really notice him.
Me neither.
But as he was starting to pose, he started getting harder and harder and harder. And then you start doing the little stuff that gets your attention, which is always good. And of course, you have Max Charles, you can't really count out. But man, it was great.
It was very interesting because as they started to go through, it was very obvious that it was Sergio and Alexi.
Yeah.
Luis Rodriguez, again, great structure, a lot of muscle. He's off again.
Didn't look as good as he was in Chicago.
He wasn't as good as he was the night show in Chicago. This is tending to be a trend for him. Comes in not really sharp in the morning, sharpens up in the evening. He's got to fix something there. Big Max Charles is Big Max Charles, so he's always in the mix. He wasn't quite as sharp as he usually is.
I must say the one person that did surprise me, just condition was on point, was Brad Rowe. He walked out and he stood out from the minute. His condition was just on point, like unparalleled to anyone on stage. Hopefully he'll be in the top, in my opinion, the top 6. But he stood out the minute he walked out. His vacuum pose, his crazy quads, everything just kind of jumps out at you. And, as I said, his condition.
I said that to him on Thursday. I said, Brad, you look unbelievable. That was several days ago. I said, you might find yourself at the end of that first call out, middle second. He said, I know this is a tough life. I said, your heart is nails. That's what I saw. And you're right. It looks like he could easily be in that 6 or 7 hole.
Exactly.
I think what'll be interesting is the guy, the Russian, Sergey, he dominated that second call out. There was only 4 in the first. I won't be surprised if he gets pulled out in the first call outs tonight, especially if he stays sharp.
I think his coloring was a little bit off. His coloring was a little bit off. But again, I think these guys definitely going to be judged again tonight come the finals. With this level of condition and competition, these guys definitely brought it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they pull these guys out again and say, hey, let's do it one more time and see who slipped a little bit, who had that burger they shouldn't have had. Bring them back out and let them battle for it again.
Shawn, as of right now, who do you have the edge to?
I'm going to say Serge.
Okay. I think Alexi has him right now by a hair. That conditioning, like you said, he just was really coming on. However, Sergio's a little bit on the flatter side. He definitely can fill out a little more. That's a guy, if he comes back, does what he needs to do here in between, comes back tonight and is full, that might be enough to overtake Alexi. We'll see. Obviously, we're not on the judging panel.
I will be sitting in the front row, play-by-play commentary tonight, guys. So,
guys, if you missed it, we did go live. First call-outs, second call-outs is live, as well as top 2 were pulled back out.
Yes.
And that was a battle. It was a real battle. Again, it's as close as can be. We'll see what happens tonight. Again, we talked about Sergey in the second call out and Brad Rowe. It's going to be interesting. It'd be nice to see Brad finish in a 5-6 spot. Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Hard-working.
He's been going at it all year. He's done a couple of shows, more than a couple of shows this year.
He's been
and
I'm
really shocked to see that he's still able to hold his condition, you know, show after show. You know, he did the New York Pro. He did, I think, the Cal. You know, he's Chicago. He's here. And I'm like, dude, like, when are you just going to just take a break? But listen, if his condition is on point and his, you know, his body's not failing him, I say just keep going. This is what bodybuilding is all about.
There you have it.
You know, and guys, come back and see these guys tonight. You know, these top 2 guys, last 2 call outs.
Putting on a show.
Yeah.
Putting on a show. This thing ain't done.
Yeah.
This thing's
By
far
a long
from
shot.
over. Far from over. We will see you tonight. First, we'll be back after commercial break to go over bikini, women's bodybuilding, and fitness. Shawn, pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you tonight.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back after this, guys.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. We all have a story. We all have pain. We all have things in life that's going to be taken away from us without our control. But I just didn't give up. That no matter what, I was going to end up finishing the race that I started.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the wrap-up. Mandus here alongside co-host Sarah Lyon. Always makes me look good. Let's start off with the fitness division. Fitness is really judged at night.
Sure.
So this was the physique round. Tiffany Chandler and Georgia Ferroni really stood out.
Yes, absolutely.
That was a 1-2 combination there. Kong Mao from China, I noticed her with her stage presence. She was very elegant and graceful. I'm really looking forward to seeing her routine, considering she was so elegant and graceful.
Yeah.
Just walking across the stage and elegantly posing. So that'll be interesting.
Especially with her being in the first call out, we could see her move up.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. And Svetlana from Russia, I don't want to butcher her name, was very long and linear. That'll be an interesting routine to see as well.
Yes.
But again, fitness is mostly judged by tonight, so stay tuned for the updates on that. We go into women's bodybuilding.
Wow. First call outs was great.
Absolutely.
We saw Kim Buck just 3 weeks ago at the Linda Murray Classic.
Yep.
And she made some serious improvements since
Absolutely.
then. She was really not tight in her hams and glutes then, and today she came in just peeled.
You know, I was a little surprised because
She was
Kim
on the,
never was in a middle 3.
She was on the far outside of the first call out.
Yeah, from where I was sitting, I had her second all day long. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Sure.
Sometimes maybe they think somebody's that good, they don't need him standing next to anybody else. I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
we'll have to see.
She looked fantastic. Lisa Cross looked great. She brought her conditioning, was full.
She did. And center, Alina Popa from Romania, she looked incredible. The full package. It wasn't just her physique, her hair, her makeup, her tan, her posing was very graceful. She was a pleasure to watch on stage, and she definitely dominated the first call out, in my opinion.
I couldn't agree more. Couldn't say enough good things. She stood out. She really stood out.
And this is her comeback after 2 years of being off. And, you know, of course, hoping for a 1 or 2 placement to go to the Rising Phoenix World Championships here in just 5 weeks in Arizona.
I think
So,
it's safe to say she accomplished that.
Definitely.
You had LaDawn McDay was in the first call-outs as well. Great, amazing structure. She was a little better than she was
Yes.
a couple weeks
Yep.
ago at the Linda Murray.
Yes, she
Definitely
was.
better. Still needs to get a little tighter,
Yeah.
especially in the lower half.
Right.
Superior structure, though, so we look forward to seeing her
Yeah.
get better and better. And Pauline Nelson, no stranger to first call-outs.
Nope.
Still battling away. Pauline, fantastic job as usual. We look forward to seeing your routine tonight.
Bikini. Over 30 girls here today at the Tampa Pro, and the lineup was great. Not the strongest lineup we've seen for the bikini division, but the first call out definitely brought it. We had Laura Lee Chapados in the middle, along with Jennifer Dory and India Paulino, of course, rounding out the top three. They were called dismissed, and Laura Lee Chapados, I believe that she brought the best physique for the bikini. She was dead center, and she was balanced. Her stage presence was great. Her posing was great, and that was the big difference that we saw between her and Jennifer. Jennifer she didn't really have that great of a stage presence. Didn't smile a lot of the time. Her physique's great. I'd like to see her with perhaps a different hairstyle and some better posing, and then that would definitely be a game changer, I think,
Absolutely.
for her to get that #1 spot.
Yeah, Laura Lee just stood out. She really did, and she was standing next to two other, the winningest bikini pro of all time, India Paulino, who's still making her comeback. But again, India top three, almost back to where she's used to being. And Jen Dory, who's been on a hot streak here, took second to Ashley Kaltwasser, was in the top 4 out in the desert a few weeks ago.
Yep.
But you're right, Laura Lee is just more polished.
Right, the whole package.
The overall package. You had a few other veterans in the first call-outs.
Yeah, we had Stacy McLeod up there, Sheena Jane Martin as well, Veronica
and then you had
a
new person.
Yes,
in the first call-outs.
Alexa Detour from New York. And that was great to see someone new, and then also Jody Riley from Florida down here.
JoJo Riley looked fantastic. She really brought something interesting. You know, when you see her pictures, she looks like she could almost be borderline figure. She really carries a lot of muscle.
Especially in her shoulders.
Right.
Especially in her shoulders.
Whatever she does to dial it in, she didn't look too big, didn't look too muscular. She was very balanced, top to bottom, front to back, left to right.
Yep.
Stage presence was fantastic. She looked really good.
Yeah. And, you know, back to India Paulino, I mean, this is definitely the best that we've seen of her now. She came in tighter. She changed her front pose.
Yes, she did. India Paulino changed her front pose.
Which
I think it paid off.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it paid off.
Absolutely. You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah. Definitely paid off. So it'll be interesting to see them do their final comparisons tonight at finals to see, you know, if there were any adjustments made to their physiques.
Yeah. So you've got 2 newbies from Canada.
From Canada.
And
Canada's still on that streak, right?
In the top. The theme of the weekend might be Canada. But, you know, tonight still got to happen. We'll see. But you had 2 Canadians win 2 divisions yesterday. Looks like we got 2 out of the top 3 here again today.
Looks like it.
Congratulations, Canada. You're doing a fantastic job up there. I'm excited to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, can't wait. Just a couple hours, and we'll see what happens.
Guys, that'll do it for this edition of Wrap Up. Sarah Lyon, Mandus Buckle. We'll try and do better next time. We'll see you tonight.